Everybody, Saturday, we are going to have WKC Sparring. The rules are slightly different, similar, but slightly different from our regular NASKA NCKA rules. Master Thorne's going to kind of break those down a little bit for us and kind of explain how the WKC Sparring rules work.
Okay, so WKC, we have age brackets like normal, following the WKC age brackets, which means instead of being like 30 plus, it's 35 plus, 42 plus, and so on. Then juniors, we also have a underbelt division. So this way, usually with WKC, there's only one level. It's just fighter or forms, right? But we're gonna still break it up. NCKA Houston, we're still gonna break it up. So there's red and brown belt division, and then there's black belt. So that even if you're an underbelt, you don't have to compete with some of the black belts. And then, you can still kind of have some fun. Essentially what's going to happen is there's a different set of rules we go by for scoring points. So you can use a front hand of the body, right? So front hand of the body is a point, not on our NCKA circuit, but it is a point on WKC. It's 1 point, right? Backhand is all the same points, front hand to the face, same points. Then when you get to kicking to the body, it's only worth 1. So if I throw the side kick to the body, right, that's only gonna be worth 1 point, where normally NCKA rules, NASKA rules, that's gonna be worth 2. A kick to the head is still worth 2. So if you take your foot, you boot him in the head, that's worth 2 still, okay? Jump kick is worth 3. So if I jump round kick the person in the head, it's worth 3. NCKA, jump spin kick to the head is 3, and WKC, any jump kick to the head is 3, and a jump kick to the body is 2. So those are a little bit different rules. Now here's the difference. It's a 10-point spread. So red belts, you're not used to having that big of a spread, but it's a 10-point spread, so be aware of that. And essentially, what's gonna happen is you can sweep. Kind of say it with caution, because a lot of times it's not legal on the NCKA circuit. A lot of the US circuits, it's not legal. So if you haven't been practicing with an instructor and understand what you're doing, I ask that you do not execute the sweeps in a way that could injure someone. I've had competitors come with me to WKC events where other competitors have been trying to do sweeps and they're not really that good at them and could, take out a knee. So we're asking everyone to use caution. We'll be very safe about how it's going. But your normal sweep on NCKA is to disrupt balance, right? You knock the foot up to disrupt balance, and then you score, right? That's allowed in NCKA rules. WKC, you can sweep the person in order to knock them down, right? So you can go front foot boot, you can spin and sweep. If the person's kicking, you can spin and sweep out their standing leg. If they're kicking, I can sidestep and kick out their standing leg. So you can take out any foot, as long as it's to the back of the leg. There's no shin to shin sweeps, right? So if you do sweep someone off balance and they fall down, you get a point. Anytime someone falls down, either from a sweep or kicking and falling, or you just fall, whatever, right? You have 3 seconds for the top person to score an additional point. You can use your hands to the body. You cannot come up and strike them in the head, okay? And you cannot kick them. We're gonna allow your hands to the body. The down person does not have to become just a laying target. You can put your hands and feet up, you can block, and the judges will call stop either after 3 seconds and be given an opportunity, or they feel like, if my predator falls and I back up, then we're just gonna call stop. But as long as you're continuing your action, be careful you're not jumping on people, you're not hitting them in the head. So the rules difference would be, if I sweep you and you fall and I punch your body, I can get 2 points, 1 for the sweep, 1 for the punch if I get called for both of those, right? If you're the down fighter, you cannot score fall down, right? So if you leap and you blitz and you hit and you fall, you're not allowed to get any points. Also, they might follow up on you, right? So be aware of the fact you're not trying to throw off balance techniques and fall, because then you're not getting any points. Okay, so these are some of the rule changes that are a little bit different. Otherwise, we'll be going the same as we normally do as far as how we call stop and go, how the time runs, the size of the ring, in and out of bounds, all those will be the rest, but just understand they're different. So if you score body side kick and we give you 1, that's the reasoning behind it. We'll try to keep it within similar rules to NCKA, but we do change the point values. Pretty simple. All right, guys, we'll see you there.